Hargrove's high school didn't have sports, so she helped put together track meets allowing girls to compete. That was just the beginning of a long journey creating opportunities for women in athletics. She's this week's 9 at 50 Trailblazer.
Along the way, you don't really think that you're doing anything other than what you really are meant to do.
The namesake of Cali College's athletics center did it all for the Tigers. She started the school's track and field program in 1968 as a freshman. When Title IX passed in '72, Linda Hargrove had graduated, but her time as a student athlete left an impression.
The president of the community college called me and said, "Would you come back to Cali and start our women's basketball team?" And my response was, "I don't know very much about basketball." And he said, "I don't care what you know about basketball. I know how competitive you are and I know how hard you work. So you'll be great."
She was. Hargrove notched 316 wins in her 17 seasons and was named National Coach of the Year in 1987. And it wasn't just basketball. Hargrove coached volleyball for 13 years, served as the first ever softball coach in '77, and was also the cheerleading sponsor. From there, in '89, Hargrove jumped to Division I as head women's basketball coach at Wichita State. Her success drew national attention.
I had been with a couple of junior teams that had traveled to the Junior World Championships, and in '90 I was with the USA basketball senior team as an assistant coach. We won the World Championships then, and then that same staff stayed together then for the '92 Olympics.
The '92 women's hoops team won bronze with Hargrove on the sidelines.
That was kind of a dream come true for me, because as an athlete in track, I went to the Olympic trials. I never could make an Olympic team, something I really, really wanted to do. And then heavens forbid, I end up being a coach in the Olympics. And so that was really, really a very exciting time.
Hargrove resigned from Wichita State in '98 to serve as head coach of the ABL's Colorado Explosion. When that league folded later that year, she was named head coach and GM of the newly formed WNBA Portland Fire. She'd moved to the Washington Mystics as a scout and later assistant coach and GM before retiring from hoops in 2008. Every step of the way, Hargrove helped provide opportunities for women in sports she didn't have.
It's been very rewarding to be a part of that and see that growth. It's been a little frustrating to think, if I'd been born 50 years later, what my opportunities as an athlete could have been. I look back in my early days, and I'd do camps and I'd talk to the little girls in camp about who did they look to as kind of a role model in their sport. In the early days, it was all men. I mean, the girls didn't know about women playing. And then my later years, it was so rewarding because they would say Jackie Stiles or Lisa Leslie or Dawn Staley or somebody like that, because they'd seen them on television and they could relate to them. And I think that meant a lot, just to see the progression from the beginning towards the end.
Hargrove returned to Wichita State to serve as interim head coach for several months in 2017.
Marlia, thank you. We love those profiles.